the Vikings on Sunday, Ezekiel Elliott was held to only 47 yards on 20 carries. And after the game, Jerry Jones said, quote, "You just basically could have put a sign on the start of the game that said Zeke's not going anywhere." That's pretty harsh. Okay, meanwhile, Dak Prescott did all he could in the loss. The Cowboys QB was 3 yards shy of 400 through the air, had 3 TDs, and put up a QBR of 87.5. So, Shannon, has Dak proven he is the most important Cowboy?
Skip, why you keep doing this?
I didn't do anything.
You did it.
Jenny asked the question.
I did ask the question.
No. Dak is not the most important
Really, you're
Cowboy.
still holding out.
No, there's no holding
You're
out.
like
Skip.
the guy who's still fighting the war and it's over.
No, it's
You're
not.
still in your foxhole in the jungle. I'm still fighting. Well, the war ended a year ago.
It did, but you keep firing ammunition over my head, so I think the war is still raging on because you keep saying this. You know Dak is not. Skip, what did Jerry just say? Jerry said you could have put a sign up. He didn't say you could have put a sign up, say they're going to play coverage and they're going to try to stop Dak Prescott. That's not what he said. He said you could have put a sign up that says basically Zeke's not going anywhere. And I told you that yesterday.
Jerry doesn't know that much about
No. Also, now Jerry don't know anything about football. Now he don't know about football.
He sure thinks he does.
Yeah.
Everything starts with Zeke. Skip, here we go again. Dak is 1-10 when he fails to reach 100 or 75. Let that sink in, Skip. 1-10. The first game, and it was over. But guess what it is now? Guess what? Who they beat, Skip? Guess who that one victory came against? The Giants. Eli Giants. When last time you heard somebody mention Eli? Eli Manning, Eli Rogers, Eli Whitney, whoever invented the cotton gin. When the last time you heard somebody mention Eli?
The Giants would be winning more games.
No, they would not.
if Eli
Stop it.
were
Stop
still
playing,
the
Skip.
starting quarterback.
Skip.
They would have won a couple more games.
Even when Dak plays well, teams are geared to stop Zeke Elliott because they said if we can't stop Zeke, we can't beat the Cowboys. And I'm going to turn it over to you because I know you're chomping at the bit to talk. Dak is having his best season in his NFL career. Most yards at this point, most touchdowns, highest completion percentage. He's #1 in QBR, and he has a 5-4 record to show for it. Take it away.
If only he could play safety.
No.
If only they would call some running plays for my quarterback, because then maybe we'd have a running game, because we don't got any running game. And what I'm about to chomp on, I'm not on the bit, I'm going to chomp on all your tired old argument. You keep spitting across the table. The truth is, Dak Prescott became the driving force of this football team a year ago when they acquired Amari Cooper at 3-5. That's when he became the MVP of this team, the most important player of this team. The reason this team took off and won the division last year was the quarterback, who then finally did have an actual rapport with and connection with a true, genuine #1 wide receiver. And all he did over the last 10 games last year was lead this league in completions. But not only did he do that, he wasn't dinking and dacking anymore, because he was 3rd in the league over those 10 games in length of pass.
Okay.
So all of a sudden, wait, lead in completions and 3rd in length of pass. Something is really going on, because the truth was last year, midseason, my team turned into a passing football team. That's who they are. That's who they've been all year. They're a passing football team.
And what they got to show for it?
Well, they're 5-4 because the defense has been atrocious.
Oh, not the defense.
Well, you do. It's like a two-way street.
Oh,
you have to have some defense,
Oh,
especially when the game starts. It helps to have it. But here's the point. I hate to say this, but I'm going to keep driving it home, because I still love Ezekiel Elliott. I'm glad he's on my team. He's just not what he used to be, Shannon, and you won't acknowledge that. You won't give up the ship on this, because the ship's passed you in the night. And I've been calling this and calling him out for a month on this show, because he's a shell of himself, of his rookie self. Help me out here. He's now 8th in rush yards in this league. This is a guy who used to lead the league in rushing.
The season's not over.
Right? He's 16th in yards per attempt. 16th? He's 19th in what Pro Football Focus calls elusive rating, because he just doesn't make anybody miss.
Skip, he's never made people miss.
How many times have I told you, I don't see the burst, I don't see sudden anymore, and I definitely don't see any breakaway speed from Ezekiel Elliott. So how can you continue to make the case they go as Zeke goes? He's going nowhere. He's running in Cabo sand.
Even though that being said, that should let you know when he doesn't do what he does, you don't win. Dak throws for 463, you lose. Dak throws for 397, you lose. Zeke runs for 100, you win.
Why, when he threw for 463, did they lose? Because they were down 31-3.
Why is that?
Because the defense didn't even show up for that game.
Did Dak arrive late to the game?
Aaron Rodgers and company scored 11 points at Chargers. They were up 31-3 at Dallas.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
That is shameful.
It is.
That's all-time embarrassing.
That your quarterback allowed that to happen on his watch.
Yeah,
he was on that wall.
So my quarterback is now pulling away with the QBR lead in the whole NFL. He's pulling away because Russell Wilson plummeted last night. He's second in passing yards as Dak Prescott. He's second in completions of 20 or more yards. Second in the whole league. You used to dismiss him out. He can't throw, and he just dinks.
How many passing yards that guy?
I don't have any idea. He's second right now, tied for second with Tom Brady in on-target attempts, says Pro Football Focus, and he's tied for third in touchdown passes. Is that good? That sounds...
He's tied for third. It's again.
Yeah. You know what? For most quarterbacks, if I gave you those numbers, they'd be right in the middle of the MVP race. Yeah. But you can't put him there because they're 5-4.
Yeah, you can't put him there.
Yet they would be 6-3 if the coaching staff hadn't taken the ball out of his hands at second and 2 at the 11. If he gets to throw on second, third, and/or fourth down to a wide receiver or a tight end, they're going to win that game 31-28.
And you know what happens?
He's on fire.
And
He's
you know what happens?
unstoppable.
Because you let him throw it 4 times and it go incomplete. They're going to say you couldn't run Zeke at least once or twice.
Yeah, well,
so,
you know, and I know that would not have happened.
Yes, it would have.
He was unstoppable. He had thrown them from their 6-yard line all the way to the 11-yard line with 6 completions.
Skip.
Help me out.
Skip.
And then you put the game back in the hands of the guy who goes nowhere slowly.
Skip, think about this, Skip. Even think about this. You're correct. Dak is lighting them up, but Zim makes no changes. He doesn't play coverage. He doesn't play quarters coverage. He doesn't play any cover 2. He still puts Harrison Smith at the line of scrimmage because he wants to bottle Zeke up. Why is that?
I saw a lot of fake blitzes. I saw a lot of mixed-up coverage.
Yes.
I saw a lot of camouflage.
Yeah, you saw it, Skip. Yes, you did. You saw Harrison Smith start at the line, and then he hauled tail and got back
did he.
But got to the middle of the field.
Yep.
But guess what the other safety did? We call that rocking and rolling, where one guy rocks, the other guy rolls back to the middle. That's what they were doing. They still refused to let Zeke run the football. You won't acknowledge that, Skip. I'm just telling you what every defensive coordinator in America says.
All I know is it's not that hard to keep Zeke from running the football. Because, number one, I'll give you this. The line is not great at run blocking except against the Giants up at the Giants.
Yeah.
When Zeke said, these are the biggest holes I've ever run through my whole career, including college and going back to high school and Pee-wee football.
I wouldn't go quite that far.
Well, that's what he said. He said, in my whole life, I've never had holes this wide. Okay? So what am I seeing? I'm seeing a guy who's easily stopped, who doesn't have... remember, as a rookie, he would hit the line of scrimmage with body lean like I'd never seen before. He would hit holes and bolt through holes. And all of a sudden, he'd be 8, 10 yards deep in the secondary. And if you let him get up ahead of steam, he can carry 3 tacklers on his back for another 6
Well, hold on, Skip. You commended how he ran over...
Cam Chancellor?
No, not Cam. Malcolm Jenkins.
Yeah.
You like that? You said, he's back.
It set an early tone in that.
Oh, he's back. 100 yards.
Okay.
But you did what
then
you
what happened?
100 yards.
Yeah,
100 yards.
Yeah. By the way, he was on the team last year when they fell to 3-5. So the reverse stat of that is that, wait a second, where was Zeke? You know,
hold on.
He was getting his carries. He was getting to eat all he wanted to eat, and they were falling to 3-5. And then all of a sudden, they turned into a passing team.
Hold on. Was Dak on that roster also?
Yeah.
So what was he? What the hell was he doing when they were going 3-5?
Well, he didn't have anybody to throw to.
Oh, now they ain't got nobody to throw to. So you see, I see another excuse coming. Grab one, Skip. I took that up to you too.
Okay. Did he have a #1 receiver? Who was it? Help me out. Alan Hearns? Help me out. Who was it?
Oh, my goodness.
Who was it? Cole Beasley?
Cole Beasley doing big things in Buffalo.
Oh, he's doing big things. I'll take Randall Cobb any day, any night. I'll take him.
I bet you would.
Yep.
And you got him.
I got
and when
him.
he got you?
Yeah. Well,
5-4.
If Randall Cobb could play corner, maybe it would.
Maybe Randall Cobb need to go back to Kentucky and start playing quarterback and bring that to Dallas. Maybe if he played quarterback.
When will you admit the driving force of this team, for better or for worse, is the quarterback?
When I can see Dak Prescott can consistently win games without Ezekiel Elliott running for 100+,
Okay.
that's when I'll admit that. But until then, I'm not admitting it because it's not true.
What does Zeke look like to you? You're in the Hall of Fame. What does he look like?
He's like a running back.
Does he? Does he look as good as he used to look?
What's Skip?
Does he?
Running.
I want to know what you think.
I mean, you got 4 first.
I put myself clear on the end of the limb. I'm saying I don't see what I used to see from him. I'm saying Jerry, at this point, looks like he way overpaid Ezekiel Elliott. $50 million guaranteed for that?
Yep.
Help me out.
Yeah.
Is it wrong?
No.
Yeah. So you're seeing the same Zeke you've always seen.
Skip, you make it seem like Zeke had these McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley 80 and 70-yard rushes. He never had that in the NFL. He's never been that guy. No, when?
Take screen passes.
He took one.
Yeah.
He took one in Pittsburgh.
Okay, next time we do this, I'll go back and look up at all the long runs he had as a rookie and in his second year because he had a whole bunch.
But Skip, from his rookie year, they started off. His second year, they tailed off. Third year, they really tailed off, and they're not there now. But he's really never been that guy that says, okay, he's going to hit his head on his goal post from 40.
I covered Dallas Cowboy teams through the 1990s. Everybody came in saying, we are going to take Emmitt Smith away from you because they were a flat-out running football team. And what happened every single Sunday? Nobody could stop them. They just ran as simple an offense. It was Emmitt right and Emmitt left.
So Emmitt got 100 yards every game.
Hand it to him right or toss it to him.
Emmitt got 100 yards every game.
He set the all-time record is what he said.
Well, yes, Skip, yes.
But nobody could stop Emmitt Smith.
So what we gonna do? So what we gonna do about Troy back there in the Hall of Fame? What we gonna do about him?
He did, but
what
they
about
were
Mike
not
Irvin?
a passing football team. Go look at the numbers. I mean, Dak's numbers are way up above Troy.
But here's the thing: they threw early and they ran the clock out on your butt late.
Well, not really. They just ran it down your throat. Okay. Trust me.
Okay.
Trust me. 92, 93, 94, 95. Just look at what happened.
Oh, that was
all Emmitt.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to leave the Cowboys for now because I'd like to talk a little bit more about MVP.
Yep.
No Cowboys in the mix for this one either. But who has a better case for MVP, Russell Wilson or Lamar Jackson? Reggie Bush.